Hello, everybody. Oh, happy Monday, if there could be such a thing. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great weekend. Yeah, I know I didn't announce this stream. This is completely random, off the cuff, but I thought, hey, I've got a couple of hours, and I thought, hey, let's just put it to good use. Let's play some games. And at the moment, as you're well aware, I'm a little bit addicted to Final Fantasy 14. I'm sure it will pass. I'm sure it will pass. But while you're enjoying something, embrace it. So we've got Tolkien Tuesday tomorrow, and we have Fun Day or Funhouse Friday on Fridays. But I don't know what I'm going to be doing then. But I didn't want to do another Final Fantasy 14 stream on this Friday. I wanted to do something different. Maybe go back to Assassin's Creed. Maybe go to Watch Dogs Legion again. But anyway, so we're going to have a little bit of a game, a couple of hours on Final Fantasy 14. I've got my archer gradually leveling him, although I got sidetracked and started doing lots of other jobs and stuff like that, and I thought no, let's just continue the main storyline quest, because, and here's the reason, I started finding out I was being reduced in level. I'm like level 29 now, and I'm still doing level 20 quests for the main storyline, which is not it's not a bad thing. It's just that I don't want to get sidetracked. I want to continue the main storyline on the archer and then do a few other jobs on other things. So just a couple of hours stream to humour me, if you will. But hello to Hopewell. Thank you for joining me, mate. I know you're at work. Hello to Blarney. Hello to Sullykins. Thank you very much for clocking in and letting me know you're there. I didn't expect to see anybody, but well, nice one.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelves Wood.
Just to fill you in, I've been asked to join one of the grand companies, which is like you get a grand company that represents each of the three kind of nations. And I've been told that before I make my decision to join one of these illustrious companies, I go to their capital city and hear the remembrance speech of one of the battles that took place at the end of Final Fantasy XIV 1.0. I'm confused, I know. I'm sure you are as well. So this is the first one. This is Gridania, which is my favourite personally. But we're going to listen. We're going to go and do a bit of a mini world tour.
Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest.
Okay. Oh no, I got a click. I thought you were going to go through the whole thing.
Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races.
Even the little people like me.
So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelves Wood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness.
I kind of see this place as not like Lothlorien-esque.
And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Carteneau.
And that's the battle that happened in Final Fantasy XIV before they completely rebuilt it.
It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost.
Ooh.
As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity.
It's like the cataclysm in Dragonlance.
The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
So I like it when they actually do the voiceovers because it saves me from doing it.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on that
high
bloody
roads without
XIV.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
I remember those two, they're part of the Scions.
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood.
Fair play.
Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united.
If the kids are united, we will never be divided. That's
Our
what we
many
used to say, right?
troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I
Okay.
bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the forest. All the elementals!
Is that it? Okay. Well, there you go. That's the Gridanian take on the whole situation. Obviously, we've got a little bit of a post-amble here.
If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler.
How
You
observant.
might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
Kiefer J, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I've got a bit. I'm blaming Goshel for this, bless him, and Kixels. Goshel and Kixels are getting me into a lot of trouble. I decided to re-download it and play it, and since then, my last 3 streams have been Final Fantasy XIV. It's not a good look, really. I like to be a variety streamer, and I like my Lotro, but I'm really getting into it. It's scary. But yeah, lovely to see you. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you had a great weekend. This is the only one I've played, to be honest with you. Oh, now they've stopped the voiceover, so I've got to go back to my day job. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with 2 beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of the naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Guardo. Well, I've just defeated a weird primal kind of thing. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent. I've got to really put my teeth back in. Malevolent. Not beneficent. They have long been from friendly terms with the Gridanians until recently. At least, alas, they have grown aloof, change observed at roughly the time that they summoned the primal Ramu. Right, so these primals have like an effect on everything in the world, really, don't they? The Gridanians have no love of war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Fair play. Kiefer says, I've played 1 to 3 and 7 is my all-time favourite of all time. Absolutely love the story and the way it plays out. 8 is great, 9 is even better, and 10 was wonderful. Well, you have done. I'm not a great lover of the JRPG look. Don't get me wrong, I loved manga and anime. I grew up on that kind of stuff. But I never really got into it. Like Black Desert Online, I tried that and it's like, ooh, I just couldn't get into it. But I just like this for some strange reason. I don't know. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defence. As for Sylphs, they are yet bound to a peace treaty. No one wonders how long before it is broken. Ooh, okay, fair enough. What you got there? Kiefer says, I don't care for the online versions. I really like the campaign type stories they come up with. But I see merit in the online play. Yeah, I mean, I think both kinds of stories. I mean, I kind of like the Assassin's Creed ones and Watch Dogs, where they've got a really good, like, kind of narrative. And you can't beat a game, whether it's online or not, in my opinion, where you keep on thinking, I wonder what happens next. I wonder what happens next. Same as a good TV show or a film. If they got you like that, that's great writing, in my opinion. But yeah, it's great. The 12s would grievously attack during the clemency, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will it take? Centuries, I wager. These two are just one long grin, aren't they? Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and their insatiable appetite for destruction. Great album, Guns N' Roses, 1987. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later, it will come to all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them? Yeah, okay, we know that. You're just trying to poach me. Well, perhaps we will find out if the Elder Seed Seer's words fall on fertile ground. My weekend was cool, low-key and lightly. I hope yours was grand, and have an awesome week ahead. Weekend was pretty much, you know, Heckle and Jekyll. We were just doing the general kind of family stuff, you know, like football, soccer practice, and all that jazz. But yeah, it was okay. I can't complain. I still haven't worked out how to get the map better. New Gridania, Lavender Bed, South Strand. So I have to click on all these. There's got to be an easier way of doing this, but I haven't found it out, and I haven't really got any idea of what's going on. How do I go to Uldar then? Do I need to go back to the... Oh, there we go. That's easy. That's nice. Right, shall we go to the Steps of Uldar, please? So that was better. I'm glad I worked that one out. But yeah, this week I've got streaming tomorrow, which is like Tolkien Tuesdays, my regular stream. Fridays will be Fun Day Fridays, and that will be... I don't know what I'm going to play. That's the problem I'm having. I have loads of games, and I just can't make up my mind about where... or what to stream. First world problems and all that. Right, they told me it would be in Uldar. The Royal Promenade. I am at the Steps of Nowd, aren't I? Uldar has best girl. Embers, how you doing? You mean I take it you're referring to the Sultanate? I'm still completely and utterly lost in this place. Nanamo, yeah, I've only met her briefly when I had to go and hand in that the missive from the Elder Seedseer. She's pretty cool because she's a Lalafell. Right, okay, where's the lift? Where is the lift? Give me a lift. But yeah, I used to play this, I'm going to the wrong place, aren't I? I used to play this during lockdown, and this was one of the first games I streamed, but I wasn't really like, I didn't have a camera or anything. I literally just went live and went, yeah, great. But yeah, I really did enjoy it. Oh no, I'm already attuned to that one. She is the definition of, if anything happened to her, I'd kill everyone in the room and then myself. Very loyal to Uldar, then, I take it. That's what we like to hear. Up to upper level. I think I've got to go to the upper level. That's what, when games can kind of invoke that kind of passion in people who play them, then it's got to be a good game, isn't it? She's the only good Lalafell. I take that as a personal insult. Thank you, Embers. I like Lalafells because all the other races seem a little bit overly gaudy. And they seem a little bit overly gaudy, and the Lalafells just seem to be more of a fantasy race. Chaos demons. I've never heard that. I've heard that they're called potatoes, but I have never heard them being referred to as chaos demons. You see, I think the Elysian have necks along. I think they crossbred with a giraffe at some point. It was very, very strange. They have very long necks. The bunny girls and boys are very strange. Yeah, I don't know. This place does have some strange races, but I like it. It's good. It's good fun. Oh, here we go. We're going to have to sit for another long dialogue. I don't want to miss it, but I'm aware it doesn't make great
Tis the Sultana
TV.
herself.
And Roban as well.
There she is, Embers.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
And you are right. People do thirst for the bunny girls. I've seen other streams. I've seen. I too have heard the voices, but I pleaded the headaches.
Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold.
So this place reminds me of the Dark Sun Dungeons and Dragons campaign scene.
Where by the grace and glory of Naldar have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Uldar!
Or it could be the Klingon Empire, I'm not too sure. I'm a female Aura because I like their lore being the first travellers. Yeah. I'm not really, I'll be honest with you, total confession, I'm not up on the lore of Final Fantasy 14. I've got the general gist. And most of that was helped out by another streamer called Slack Jeff, who's a really cool guy. And he kind of, I heard rumours that about the Realm Reborn. When he that's my entire knowledge. Very little, but it's fun. These two are following me, aren't they?
At the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Ooh.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm.
However, you do have a bit of a homeless problem. I have seen that on your promenade. Yeah, 1.0 was a disaster. They had a hard reset yeah, I saw. That's what I was told, and I didn't believe when I first heard it. I thought, wow, that's impressive. But they've rebuilt it from the ground up. But yeah, it's a great recovery story. I'll tell you that.
In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we.
Okay.
Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yeah, everybody in this game has like collective amnesia of 1.0.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not.
Ooh.
And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead.
Okay.
Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous?
Fair comment.
I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save?
As I said, I have noticed I have a bit of a homeless problem in Oldar, but...
You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act.
She's channeling a Princess Peach kind of vibe with that outfit.
Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth.
Welcome in, Just Raz. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had a great weekend. In actual fact, I forgot I'm being a bit rude, aren't I? I'm being very, very rude. Do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. Just going to give a couple of shout-outs. There's one for Kiefer.
His office is that big building up on top of Drake Town. There's a zip line just past here that'll take you right to him.
Huh? Well, all right then. I hope the guy gets his family back.
Yeah. And here's one for Jess Raz, coming right up after this clip.
All right, Douglas, here we come.
This is not a professional operation. This is. There we go. That's better.
Great. The subway's ready to go.
Don't
We'll leave as soon as you make it back.
jinx it. Oh my gosh, what did I say? What the fuck did I just say? Don't jinx it. This guy comes instantly out.
That looks pretty jinxed.
Oh shit, I'm running.
Yeah, I'm doing okay, Jess Raz.
Shit.
Everything's cool, mate. Just a random stream that I decided I'd do, you know, on the spur of the moment, so to speak. So we thought we'd go for a bit. Don't worry about the language. It said we're all adults here. Well, we should be. But yeah, no problem at all, buddy.
Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth.
I always have to watch myself on streams because I swear a lot. So it's not that I'm trying to keep it clean, but it's just I just offend everybody. So yeah, don't worry about it, buddy. It happens.
In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you.
There she is. Right, got some ads coming in about 30 seconds, guys and girls. So for those of you who get those, I will see you after the break.
Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity.
That's like a JFK twist, isn't it? Ask not what your country can do for you, but for what you can do for your country.
As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
A rising tide does not float all boats. You're welcome, Kiefer.
Ya for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
No worries, Kiefer. That's cool. Glad to see you back.
Raoban? People of Ul'dah, I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you.
That's quite impressive. She doesn't need a podium. He is her podium.
Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measured that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people.
Yeah, I don't want to know what he benches.
Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
Well, there you go. Now, obviously, I think the voice acting
Forsooth!
disappears.
I fancy meeting you again.
Here we go. The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amaja. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing this. The beast tribe who works as the primal Ifrit. Yeah, I just kicked one of their asses, didn't I? Judging by your distaste, I take it you have encountered them. Yep. The Uldars will not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So they will deal with Ilthrit thus far, smothering its flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. No, they're just lurking, waiting. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Uldar has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. So stop breeding. Which brings me back to the subject of Ilthrit. It has been observed that the Amajar are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Just Raz. Oh dear! Oh, you're opening opening up a can of worms here, mate. I've been meaning to ask you, says Raz. What do you think of the Rings of Power show? If you've seen it, I have not seen it, and I have not seen it on purpose because I think it is. If you want to watch it and you want to enjoy it, great. But for me, I think it's absolute garbage when it comes to the lore. It's not even vaguely kind of close. It's a swing and a miss. I just can't bear myself to watch it. But then again, just to give you an idea of how snobby I am when it comes to J.R.R. Tolkien, is that I haven't even watched the Hobbit films because I refuse to. The Lord of the Rings trilogy, which are awesome films, my friends refused to see the Two Towers with me because I sat through the entire film picking bits out of it. And I know I'm a bad person for that, but that's just the way I am. But yeah, Rings of Power, it's a big no from me, mate. I just can't bring myself to it. I just can't tolerate it. It's just not in my fibre. Anyway, back to the drama. Yeah, no. Well, as I say, I know some people love them, and I'm glad they do. I wish I could enjoy them, but I'm sorry. It's crazy. I mean, it's not even close. I describe it as badly written fan fiction, but hey, if people enjoy it, I'm glad they enjoy it. Things would be pretty boring if we were all the same, I guess. Right, here we go. Every time they do so, the Uldan send their forces to smite the Primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then that the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. In such a desperate hour, an adventure of your experience would be most welcome addition to their ranks. These guys have just been hired, haven't they, to follow me around at all these different remembrance parades. Very weird. Right, okay, now we're going to go to Limsa Limimsa, which is a great name for a place. Okay. I can't even remember how to do that again, can I? Where do I teleport from? Top to see Pirate Mummy. Yeah, she scares me. She really does scare me. I still can't remember the bloody... I really cannot remember the... That's what I need to go to here, don't I? Can't remember the keys. I really need one. I remember in the old days, checking my loot, showed one on stream yesterday. He had like a Rift game, and it came with a map, which was a poster on the other side, and a keyboard shortcut list, which was really handy. Right, here we go. Let's go to the Chocobob Keep. As it goes, you might be able to. Yes, you might. Yeah, I want to go to Vesper Bay. I would teleport directly there, but I cannot work out the key. And also, it gets us a chance to see a bit of the world. I haven't even got my Chocobob yet. I'm 29th level, and I haven't even got my Chocobo yet. Because I have been literally losing my mind doing loads of crafting, like just doing all the professions and trying to get all the jobs. And I got a bit carried away with Conjurer Lancer and Thaumaturge. So I might want to go back and revisit them. But I've been told that Thaumaturge is not the class, or sorry, job, that you want to be levelling in this game. It makes for a very bad levelling experience, so I've heard. But then again, people said that in Warcraft about warriors. And in Classic, yeah, it was a bit rough, but what can I say? I played a mage. Right, let's go. I haven't taken a ship before. I've taken an airship. We were watching the new Hunt for Gollum movie. Probably not. I'll be honest with you. Oh, I've got to go that way, haven't I? Because what I think it's based on is a chapter in Unfinished Tales. And yeah, it's almost like Star Wars, and hear me out here, because I love Star Trek, I love Star Wars, I love Lord of the Rings, I love all the big franchises, you know. But with Star Wars, when they sold it to Disney, now we're getting like 50 different series, like, you know, Mandalorian, the Book of Boba, and you get some really good, really good, like, kind of seasons or episodes of different, you know, like, and some really crap ones. And I think they're just doing it to bit of a cat, and it just dilutes like the stuff that we love, because now we've got to take all this other trash on top as well. So this is just my opinion, but yeah, I think that the Hunt for Gollum, it's like that computer game. Another thing is, we need some more Lord of the Rings computer games. Lotro is a great game, it's a fantastic game, but it's a very old game. Now, we have been told that there is another Lord of the Rings MMO in development. We have been told, it's rumour. However, I dread to think what that's going to be. If they give it the Amazon treatment, I'll be avoiding it like the plague. Games like Battlefield and Middle-earth, Battle for Middle-earth, you can't get anymore. You have to go to abandonware sites to download. Tales from the Shire, I did try, but I didn't really like it. You've got I know obviously you've got a lot of licensing problems when it comes to the Shadow of Mordor. I didn't. I've got it. I bought it on, believe it or not, I bought it on PS4. But again, I looked at it, I read it, and I'm like, okay, a Dunedain Ranger who's kind of possessed by the spirit of Celebrimbor. I'm like, okay, you're losing me. But I should have really played it. But yeah, I really want some more battle games, something like RTS games, or even an Assassin's Creed Middle-earth kind of game. Like not talking like Assassin's Creed, but you know what I mean, like a story-driven adventure game, kind of like Shadow of Mordor, but more lore central. But yeah, we're not getting. We should be. Yeah, should loads of games out there, and instead they release Gollum's Tale, or whatever it was. There we go, we're going to take the lift to go and see the Pirate Queen, Gron-Yoel. Yeah, that was pretty bad actually, that game. I saw a review for it, because obviously I look at anything coming out for Lord of the Rings, I'll give it a go. I'll have a look, but that one didn't make it. I mean, yeah, that was a shit. I completely agree with you, Embers, that was a shit fest. Oh, there we go. Pray silence for the pirate mummy.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride.
Yeah.
Yeah. 700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay.
Ember says, buggy as hell, barely look finished. Yeah, and that's the thing that frustrates me. Okay, I might be an old fart, but at least in my day, we didn't have patches, we didn't have stuff. They gave you a game that was finished, like Cyberpunk 2077. Go and have a look at the Angry Joe Show review of that game. It's great, it's just so funny, because it was an absolute cluster. And you know, we never had that. We bought the game, we got the game, and now they just give it to you like beta and you do the testing for £60 or like $70 upwards. It's just awful, and you know this is what we've got. This is as good as it gets. But yeah, it looked awful.
In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
And Raz, I totally agree. You say that's why I will support indie developers. Yeah, and Embers, yeah, absolutely. But first of all, indie developers, like for example, I streamed The Precinct. It's an indie game. It's like based on 1970s cop TV shows and stuff like that. And it's very small. It should be a lot bigger. But what an amazing game. There's been a number of indie games that have been fantastic. Outperforming AAA studios. You know, because, you know, the people in the small indie studios seem to have the passion. And yeah, okay, there have been some really, you know, there's some really crap ones out there as well. But it's well worth it. And we don't even own them anymore. Because, yeah, we get them through Steam. Or, like Final Fantasy XIV, they're on a subscription service. Yeah, it just... It does. You know, it worries me. They said any time they just like pull the games. It's like iTunes. Remember the iTunes in the early 2000s? Everybody went out and went, "Oh yeah, I'm going to buy loads of stuff on iTunes," and they sold all their CDs and they bought them on iTunes. And then the iTunes lost the licensing for that particular album, and you lost your album because it was in the small print. And it's like that's why I'll never get rid of my CDs and my DVDs, and I've still got a few games on CD as well. But yeah, it's just like. It's a basic concept. Capitalism is, as much as I disagree with it in general, you go and pay for something and you receive goods for your money. But now we're just receiving the rental of your goods. Forza Horizon 2. Yeah, that's the same as The Crew. I remember The Crew. Like it or loathe it. I mean, I did have it for the PS4. And it just turned into like... you know, they weren't really... They gave up on it. They released the Crew 2, and then they went, "Oh, sorry, we're pulling all the servers down, so your game is absolutely worthless." And it's like, great. It's like, you know... Anyway. Got to listen to the pirate mummy, or she'll spank me. Hopefully.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say.
I'm going to get an injunction against you two at this rate.
The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
Arr.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive.
Fair enough.
Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Ember says Forza Horizon is a good series, but you pretty much get a little over a year to play each game before they move on and eventually drop support for the previous. Yes, like FIFA. Now, I'm not a great FIFA lover, but I do love the occasional goal on FIFA. The first one I bought was FIFA 2000 on the PS1. Woo, that guy takes me back. But I've got a Switch. Now, there's only a few games I like on the Switch, like, what's it called? The Witcher 3, Grand Theft Auto kind of definitive collection. Yeah, games like that. But I bought a couple of old FIFA games off eBay for like a tenner. Now, they've withdrawn all the online for that because you only get a certain amount of time and then they just bin it. And it's kind of like, if you're not going to commit to it, don't do it. You know, it's just crazy. And we're paying cash for this. You know, it's like...
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
Oh dear.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding.
I'm with you, Raz. Raz says it's crazy that people gamble their money on a game that has a lifespan of 12 months. Absolutely. I remember when the Assassin's Creed Mirage came out and they put live service on that, and people were saying, why is it live service? It's a single player game. And it's because they want to pull the plug, don't they, I guess. But I mean, it depends. Like, for example, Warcraft's been going over 20 years now. But why has it been going over 20 years? Because the money's being made. If Warcraft wasn't as successful, they would have closed down a load of the servers. And they would have gradually phased it off and gone on to something else. Although Blizzard don't seem to be able to come up with another hit. Whereas Lord of the Rings Online, Codemasters and Turbine didn't want anything to do with it because it wasn't the WoW killer it was supposed to be. So Standing Stones Games took it over. And literally, I remember that day where they said the server's going to be offline for like 4 days or 3 days because we're moving them to America. But, that's where you get a bit of hope. That's where we get a bit of optimism, because people are actually doing something in the gaming industry because they love it and they're passionate about it. And that's encouraging. But yeah, I agree with you. Most games, I'm always a little bit, or you've got to get in quick. You've either got, it's a tough one. Because some of these things, all the hype, like Battlefield 6, so all the big streamers banging on about Battlefield 6, probably because they got a nice little, free early access. And I'm sure it's a great game, but now it's just, forget it. No one's playing Battlefield. So you go on stream and there's only like about a couple of thousand people watching it. And that's gone from like hundreds of thousands 4 months ago. It's like, it's mad, this entire... I wish we had a little bit more...
the wounds of the calamity
kind of
fester
focus.
and weep.
The wounds of the calamity fester and
When I
weep.
stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again?
Well, I hope we can do so again. Ember says, this is why I completely agree with the opinion that developers should be forced to add alternative method to keep the game online, even if it means moving everything into peer-to-peer. I agree with you, and I've got a little note on that. I've streamed a game last week. It's a 1998 game called Myth 2 Soulblighter, and it's an RTS battle game made by Bungie. Now, Bungie... they released Myth 3, The Wolf Age, which wasn't as good as Myth 2, but anyway, they decided they were going to develop Halo and devote their life to Halo. Now, okay, Halo, big franchise, lots and lots of money made there, but rather than keep us going with the online Myth 2 and all that kind of stuff, no, they just binned it, they ended it. But there's still a lot of people who play it by... Literally, they've managed to do it themselves. They've set up private servers. They've set up all this kind of thing. It's such a shame because they just withdraw it all and you lose half the game. Red Dead Redemption was one. A lot of the old Assassin's Creeds, they just pull all the online stuff. So your multiplayer session is just gone. But yeah, totally agree with you there.
Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull.
Fair enough.
And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes.
Ooh.
How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us.
And what be that then,
One
Captain?
bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port.
So many nautical terms.
We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom.
Fair play.
And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Remove them!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Aye, a big orange jobby. Right, let's go. What are these lunatics going to say to me now?
Fancy meeting you again.
And this is where they run out of money for the cutscene. The Admiral, as the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Lominsa is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sargen, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribes present weren't trouble enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress nigh on Lominsa's backyard. That is to say naught of the internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lominsans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own differences. Resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deeper shade of crimson ere long. A capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to the crew is beyond question. Well, there you go. We've seen all three. It's been an hour stream so far and I have not seen a single combat. Minfilia. Talath, this is Minfilia. I hope you are well, I hope. Would I be incorrect in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago you say, what a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do well to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Fair enough. I'll use one of these. Let's have a look. Embers says it won't happen anytime soon, but I think eventually Final Fantasy XIV will have its plug pulled, which means people who have played since day one will lose a game they spent thousands to play. Absolutely, it's the same with Star Wars Galaxies when that went down. I mean, I remember seeing YouTube videos of people in tears, literally in tears. You know, they've met people, they've formed relationships with these people. Obviously, that doesn't really happen these days in MMOs. But it was such a shame, you know. I think they have a duty of care in some ways, especially when it comes to some of these people who have said their mental health has been greatly improved because they've met a great group of people in a guild, you know, and they have the games do have a responsibility whether they like it or not, I think. But yeah, I think I mean, Lord of the Rings Online has a very small following. I think there's only like 10,000 or so players, but it's loved so much. They've got a 5-year plan, so we know we've got at least 5 years to play. So I'm going to play it as every week until they pull the plug, I guess, because it is a great game. Here we go. Right, welcome back, Talaf. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that were more of you, Talath. Okay. You must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your reply. Okay. Right, all the Grand Companies are pretty cool, to be absolutely honest with you. However, I would say that I'm probably gonna...
The gods only know what Grand Company our adventurer friend will keep.
I'm probably gonna go with Gridania and the Order of the Twin Serpents, and hear me out on this. It would, I like the other two, but I like the Forest. I like Gridania, probably because I started there, but,
The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
Ember says a day one player to this current day would have spent around 1,000. Yeah, absolutely.
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies.
And I think also it's well worth mentioning that when you ask the companies, I heard an argument from a CEO of I can't remember what studio it was, and they said, well, no, they're it's paying for a time. It's like paying entrance fee to something. So they are getting value for money. It's like, well, we bought a game that we wanted to play.
As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity?
I've only got to the beginning of Heaven's Ward about 4 years ago, so I can't remember anything.
No, dear Alizé, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds.
Fair enough.
Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
I take it these two are the grandchildren of Louis Saru.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all.
Getting some really icky vibes off these two.
The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Maybe I'll warm to them as I get to know them. Oh, here we go. Right. Well, I won't keep anyone in suspense. I'm going to join the Order of the Twin Serpents because I like these two. I like the fact that the Eternal Flames have Alalafell as their leader, obviously, because I'm Alalafell. I like the fact that the Storm, the Maelstrom are pirates. I can dig that. But my heart is in the forest, so... And she did appoint me her emissary. Oh, move that down. Right, here we go. There we go. Right, let's go, 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 go. Where are we going to go to now? Are we going to continue with the MSQs? In that case, I need to go to Gridania. And I can do that easily enough, because I never changed my home. Okay, where is this? Oh, it's only in the corner. That's handy. I love Gridania. Here we are. Can't remember anything about the Grand Companies. You are come to the Adder's Nest, headquarters of the Order of the Twin Adder. Ever do we welcome they who would toll in the Elemental's name for the good of our forest nation. Ah, the great adventurer himself. Yes, our recruitment officer sent word that you're on way. It is a pleasure and an honour to both welcome you to our ranks, friend. Although I think all the Grand Company's uniforms look like 18th century dragoons. Now let me gather together the relevant documentation. What is it? Report. Something funny's going on, isn't it? An urgent message from Aramasic Spire, sir. The Highwind Skyways airship has taken fire from Imperial forces in skies over the East Shroud. The vessel's engines were crippled, sir, and it was forced to make an emergency landing southeast of 9 Ivies. Ivies? 9 Ivies? Gods, this could have not come at a worse time. All but a handful of our forces are presently afield, dealing with the Ixal. Talath, I know full well you have yet to be formally inducted into our ranks, but we have urgent need of your aid. In all likelihood, the airship was bearing civilians, and if the reports are accurate, it will likely have come down dangerously close to Gailean-occupied territory. Please make haste to the area of the 9 Ives. Locate the airship and ascertain the status of the passengers. Right, we will do that then. Let's go in the East Shroud, did it say? East Shroud, right. Oh no, I forgot. I don't need to click on it, no, I just need to click on the map. Map. And off we go to the East Shroud. Right, let's go and kick some arse. Oh wow. Big bugs. are here. And it's night time. Oh look, fair. I've got to do some hunting logs as well, but I'm saving those for when I want to level an alt. Well, not an alt, but an alternative job. Boring weevil. Right, so it's along here. And then go. Come on in. There we go, there's the crash. A ghoul gnat. Oh, hello. Get out of the orange crap. Airship crewman, what you got to say for yourself, buddy? I'm above the natural, the maximum level. Right, let's see what this little GG has in store for us. They're Imperials. An adventurer, what are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. The Adder's Nest sent you. How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. Hey, I dyed my outfit myself, thank you very much. Peace, friend, we mean no harm. You're an engineer of Garland Ironworks, are you not? We have been alerted to your plight and have come to rescue you. And you are Talath Durnan, I presume. I was told to expect an honorary serpent. My thanks for your aid, friend. Okay. You can see like the Empire structures at the back there. Imperial soldier, I have never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garlon's work. Is there no end to this man's treachery? The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands, and they are not to be squandered on Azorian savages. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay you for Garlon's crimes. Ooh. Imperial scouts from Castrum Orens. They mean to requisition the ship. Wedge, we have to help him out. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. And that is your word for the tiny Bronco? But isn't that the Ironworks' latest creation? I recommend you switch over to legacy controls. It prevents awkwardly slowly backing up, trying to run backwards. I must admit, I found that out, and not the legacy controls, but I found out about the backing up. I've been moving sideways because you move a hell of a lot faster. But I might, yeah, that could be a good idea. I might try and do that. I might do that off stream because I can't even teleport right because I can't even work out the controls for that yet. I used to know all this stuff. Why have I forgotten? It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. First since Master Garland, well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for a test flight and she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Attend to me. All Ironworks' latest creation must not fall into Garlean hands. We shall strike them swift and sure and rescue Engineer Wedge. I like the fact that I've unintentionally dyed my outfit to match them, so it does look like I'm a member of the team. An ambush to arms. Right, here we go. Killed him. Oh, hello. Hello, big boy. Turn down the volume on that. It sounds actually crazy. There we go. Maybe that's a little bit too much, but at least I'm not being deafened anymore. Well, that was good, wholesome fun. Biggs and Wedge. Are you kidding me? Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too close, damn it. How's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, and I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. Yay! While you do your work, we shall keep watch over the perimeter. The enemy may be lurking nearby. As for you, Talaf, you have more than done your part today. I bid you return to the Adder's Nest and complete your enlistment. I pray there will be no further interruptions when we next meet, whether it be as fellow servants of the Order. I just wanted to say sorry, you know, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. I got the wrong end. I got that wrong, didn't I? Seriously though, if it hadn't been for you and the twin Adder lads here, we would have been chained up in a dungeon by now. I am in your debt, friend. We both are. You're very welcome, Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. Biggs and Wedge. Okay, right. I need to speak to the personnel officer back at... Well, there you have it. I must admit, one thing I've seen that hasn't changed in this game, and I remember it from when I first played this game years ago, was the the player base are really like up for it. There's always people hanging around and playing music and having parties and doing all kinds of things. Very similar to Lord of the Rings Online. Word arrived moments ago from the team at Nine Oaths. Lest you worry, the 2 engineers are safely on their way. The lieutenant informs me that you were instrumental in the mission success. Had you not found Engineer Biggs when you did, and helped us to rout the Garlands, things might have been very different. And all this before you were even inducted into the Order. You are well on your way to carving out a fine career for yourself beneath the Twin Adder standard. Without further ado, let's see to your induction. 12 willing. There won't be any future interruptions. Honey, oh yeah, I forgot they're all yellow, aren't they? Right, coming in. Right, let's get the orientation. Protocol requires that I appraise you of who we are and what we do, after which I'll invite you to swear an oath of your own free will. The Order of the Twin Adder is the Grand Company of Gridania. It brings together martial, economic and technological resources for our nation, shall I say, that we might stand strong in times of direst adversity when our very survival hangs in the balance. Our order was formed in the days before the calamity, in readiness to fight the Garland Empire and combat the beast tribes and their primals. Needless to say, our struggle continues to this day. Elder Seed Seer Carne Senna is supreme commander of our forces. Under her wise leadership, we protect the people of Gridania and the sanctity of the 12's Wood. As the entwined serpents that grace our standard, let forest-born strivers one with friends from afar to ensure peace shall ever reign in Gridania. In doing so, we honour the will of the elementals, and theirs is the will of the wood. Ooh. Now then, Talifdern, I'll ask you to give us your oath of allegiance in whatever fashion you see fit. I like the options I get here. Wood's will be done. I shall strike down our enemies and drink their blood. My life for the Elder Seer. Or you can just go like, meh, whatever. I am gonna, I'd love to say I shall strike down our enemies and drink their blood, but I think I should have joined the Immortal Flames if I say that. By the power invested in me, I assign you the rank of Serpent Private 3rd Class. I think my other character when I played got to 1st Class. Go forth, Private Durham, and do that which brings peace to the 12's Wood and honour to our name. Go forth and thrash. Not really a private kind of area for an induction, like at the counter. Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's a shame they sort of abandoned the Grand Companies after A Realm Reborn. I haven't been that far, but I'll take, yeah, I mean, as far as I remember, they used to be like PvP and stuff like that, but I'll find out. Excuse me, guys. I'm just going to mute my mic while I blow my nose because I think that's very. Oh, people! I'm hoping PvP still exists. I like a bit of PvP. I'll be right back after I blow my nose. Apologies for that. I had a feeling I was going to sneeze, and that would have been horrific. That would have been a clip, but not a good one. An officer of the Order of Twin Adder contacted me with news of your enlistment. Congratulations, Private Durnan. I have no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask you pay a visit to the old ones first. Remember, though you are a serpent of Gudania, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here who would very much like to meet you. We shall be waiting. A distant call to a friend in need, perhaps. As you are needed elsewhere, I shall not keep you any longer. I would, however, suggest speaking to the High Serpent Commander, Vossaur Helurus, before you depart. He may provide you with assistance on the journey ahead. Ooh. It just means that you can't get any further than captain rank for your grand company. Oh, okay. Oh, look, I've got my little chocobo. This quest must be repeated in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario. What sort of rank are you for? Okay, yeah. No, I get you. Right, my grand company. I'm gonna try and do my mount quest. Okay. So it's kind of like you can get access to the shop and. Oh yeah, and you can bring in resources. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, let's have a read of this before I completely screw it up. Where is he? Oh, right, okay, he's right by it. He's just down the road. I get you. Captain's a fair rank, I suppose. That's you know. What do I need to complete this then? Okay, right, so I've got to go and do a quest for the Order in order to get a seal to go back and do get my mount. That's fair enough. You've got nothing's free in this day and age, as we've been discussing. Okay. So the woods will be done. Wrong button. I will get better at this, I'm sure. I've done all this before. It's so frustrating because during lockdown I played this a lot and I streamed some of it, and I had like about 6 or 7 mounts, and it was really cool. Right, here we go. Go to the secret underground bunker of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Oh look, there's Ida and Papa Limu. Ooh, yeah, serpent seals. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Talif. At least this game does actually give you a lot of lip service. It does actually tell all the characters are usually telling you how wonderful you are and how they really appreciate you. Now, when we last spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some friends, did I not? I neglected to mention that you have already met. Tataru, please show them in. This way, sirs. Oh, the engineers, yep. Thanks for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. Don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm God's man. Spit it out, will you? Wedge, at your service. I'm pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorza. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scion should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of the Garland Ironworks, who kindly sent 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Azori. Oh god, I can't even pronounce the name. I'm losing my mind. I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such a fulfillment, such happiness. Okay, fair enough. Azori is a weird place. Got lots of different factions, and factions within factions. Okay, we're going to go investigate Sylphs next.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Okay. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, we have some ads coming up in the next couple of minutes, so I'll see you on the other side if you're going away for a little bit.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Okay.
Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the
floating
beast tribes
lettuce
know of the
people.
primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
Okay.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo.
Okay.
Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us?
It's kind of like a diplomatic mission.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
These two are just like a comedy duo. Okay, let's get the heck out of here. Alright, we're off to see the floating lettuce people. An RV with Yida and Papalimu. Okay. Where have we got to go in here then? The Adder's Nest. Okay, fair enough, and I'll finish off that quest. And get me Chocobo. We know far too little of sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions once more if we are to... Ah, beg pardons, it is a terrible habit of mine to think aloud, but tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? Private Durnham reporting for duty, that's the zeal I like to see, from an enterprising young serpent. Good day, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida and Papalimu, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me your quest in the name of the Scions of Light. Ooh. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you have heard we're investigating the sylphs, the curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the Twelveswood home. The sylphs are for the most part a peaceful bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely the reason but the sylphs' relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. As friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be even a sliver of a chance of summoning a primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry indeed. Do we strike at Ramu or leave the sylphs to their own ways? That is the question. I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at the answer. Options are bound within Gridania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. Okay, fair enough. I would hear from the other side, the sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as liaison. That is where you Scions come in. The sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered, and have had many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. Ooh. But I was just told from the other quest, if you're tempered, that's it. Anyway, maybe just to mortals. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own, and I would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of any productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come across Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the sylph's favour. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. All very kind of you to say. A friendly palaver with the sylphs. This should be pleasant enough diversion. Yeah, right. The Hawthorne Hut was it. Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver, indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papalimo. It never is. It never is. Okay, well, off we go to the Chocobo and get my my mount finally. I've got to exchange the seals here. I've got to buy the. I've got to buy the actual. Okay, I've got to buy one of those. So I've got to find the quartermaster. Officer of arms. Okay, no. Quartermaster, there you go. Okay, fair enough. So I'll go down to the Serpent Quartermaster. Right, okay, material. There we go. Right, let's go and get this done. Is it? Hand that over, and then hopefully I'll be able to get a mount. Michael Otto, how you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, I'm new to the game, as in I'm returning after 5 years. But yeah, I'm getting back in the seat. Some of the things I remember, but a lot of the things I don't. But it is really fun, and I've got a bit of an addiction for me. I have a little bit of an addiction. Here he is. The fellow has been in high spirits the last few bells. He must have sensed his master was coming. What level am I? I am level 29 archer, and I managed to get to like level 12 in lancer, and I've done a bit in thermitage as well. I started afresh when I came back because it's not worth logging on to like a level 60 character and not knowing what the heck you're doing. I've got to give my noble steed a name. My noble steed. What shall I call him? What shall I call this little fellow? Can't remember. I'll have to have a look. I've done all the I did the was it the what do they call him? The guy did all the tutorials from the, not the bard, what's he called? He sits in the Adventurers Guild. Nuggets, that's a good one, that is. I'm going to call him Kentucky. Thank you for the inspiration. I dare say he likes his name. I would have called him Two-Piece, but... Okay, right. It's an action, so it's going to be under here. Actions and traits. Okay. Where do I find my mounts? It's an action. It's the guy called the Smith. That's the guy, yeah. Oh right, okay. I've done the I did get a load of gear off him when I did it. I'll go back and see whether he's got any more. Okay, where is this thing? Actions. Where? Use a chocobo whistle to acquire an action. I have done it. Character mount guide. Okay. Damn it. No, I've missed that one. Where's the mount? No, there's nothing. I can't seem to find anything here. Character menu, bottom where the red buttons are, yep. Oh, mount. Oh, right, it's on the menu. I was a... Cheers, guys. Thank you, Embers. Thank you, Michael Otto. Or Michael Otto. If I hope I've got that right. So now I can summon a chocobo. Okay, yep, I'm not able to do it in this location. Fair enough. Where are we heading to now? We are going to West Shore Pier. Where is that? That's why I am. Let's just go. I think it's near. I think the last time I got a boat from the lavender beds. Now that makes sense. That makes total sense. And I've just teleported to the wrong place anyway. Never mind. It's all about learning. It would be like Warcraft, but crazier. No, I've gone the wrong way. Handy you can have the map up at the time. I've seen some very interesting... There are some really good mounts in this game. Well, should I say, not great mounts, but, you know, like, interesting mounts. There have been lots of interesting mounts in this game. There we go. Okay. Hawthorne Hut. Where's the furry dude? Oh, there he is. Okay. So status, okay. Right, let's go to Hawthorne Hut. Yeah, I had some mounts that played some really funky music when you were riding them. Noted, Embers. I was actually thinking about it. I thought that's a pretty small place to click. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna have to do some leather mats at some point. I want to use those on my I won't need to set my home point here, will I? I'll be fine. Right, where are you? You're in the pub. Aha, here we go. Indeed, I am Amelane of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn about the Sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they are as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all know. You would know more. You would do well to speak to the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about Sylphs than I'll ever know. Okay. I've come to learn a thing or two about Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing. They're a particular folk. How particular, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. They're, beg pardon, friend. Memory's just not what it used to be. I know the feeling, fella. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all clutter in my noggin now. He looks too young, so... Although I've shared stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. So now, I've got to go around talking to people and say, what did he tell you about Sylphs? Sylphs, yes, my father told me stories plenty of times, but I've always found the most captivating how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You'd be best not to underestimate them on the account of their childlike looks, lest you end up with a mess of glyphs and squiggles and chocobo scratches. Tee-hee. Okay. Anybody else in here I need to speak to? No, just some kind of weird, crazy exorcism going over there. Oh, there we go. The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach. But don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuffs on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. Well, this is educational. And finally, this wood whaler over here. Hello. The sylphs, inveterate tricksters and troublemakers, that's what they are. One day they're drawing mobile faces on our masks, and the next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Fair enough. Just tell them to stop and they'll laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbour no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. Ew, okay. So they really are like the little people. Oh, of course, hearing your story as well, my stories, has brought the memories of them flooding back. I feel like dancing. Okay. Yet nothing brings people together quite like a little toe tapping. A sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honoured greeting among their kind. You do well to remember this. It may win you the favour of our forest friends, so I've got to jig when I see them. He would share me further knowledge. Still here, eh? Great, there's one thing you should know. One more thing you should know about the sylphs. They do not take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you need to bring along a... What was it again? My wife Rosa was just speaking of it not a matter of days ago. Right, so I've got to go and speak to her. And where is your wife? Your wife appears to be a long way away. Well, it's nice to be back in Gridania. Although I'm sure only for a little while. Just passing through, don't mind me. Right. Oh, a peace offering for the Sylphs. Were anyone else, I recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that wouldn't get their past their doorstep. No, it takes more. Their taste more than unusual. Are you familiar with milkroot? It is called what we call the root of the most fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it includes a cloudy liquid that is sent to induce curious visions to the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuff, but the Sylphs seem to enjoy it no end. Okay. I've not seen the ochu around Coombe for quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it, somehow... Thank you very much for the follow, Miko Otto. It's very kind of you. Welcome in, and thanks for your advice. Somehow, with this amber syrup, for example, you may be surprised at what comes out. Good out. So I've got to go and obtain some drugs that produce hallucinations. Turn up to these sylphs and do a little dance, hand them the Class A, and everything will be fine. There are a curious tussock. A curious tussock. I think I would have noticed him. You think I would have noticed him hiding in the tussock? Right, there we go. Their apiaries are quite far away from the settlement, aren't they? Oh, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? How about some drugs? Milkroot, but of course, the sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead, and the effect's about the same. Okay. Fair enough. Yay! I'm level 30. Which means I've got another load of class quests today. Okay, so we've got to go and meet up with the sylphs. I vaguely remember this. I vaguely remember this. Okay. So basically they're an eccentric bunch, and he knows their kind, and they will not shun those whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend, and do stop by on your return. There is a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it, if you regale me with your adventuring tales. Fair enough, mate. Don't go traipsing off just yet. Emmeline here would like to have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend. Do not pass. Do pass along my regards to the winged ones. You get some of those chocobo lettuce or something like that, and your chocobo tank for you like a hunter that pets in WoW. Oh, I didn't know that, Miko. I'll have to check that out. I will definitely have to go and check that out. Chocobo lettuce. I'll go and check that out. I see Hornflam has furnished you with some Maldrorius root. The Sif's a door. I have something for great importance to offer to it. Okay. I love it. To summarise the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy. That would be you. Restates that Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. No, I get you. I hear you, buddy. I hear you. We're on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan. Loads of quests here. I want to do. See, the completionist in me wants to do all the quests. I can't. I'm sure I'll have a look. It's very kind of you, but so I will have a look. If you've narrowed it down, the most important thing is the location. The location's the most important thing for me, because if I don't know where the location is, I'll never have a chance. But yeah, right, guys and girls, I just need to take a quick 2-minute break, and I will be right back as soon as I can. Just a quick bio. Just a little quick stream today. Only be a little bit, probably another half an hour more, and we'll see what happens. But it's been really fun so far. I just really like this game. Unfortunately, I don't have the because I'm an adult. I have to do adult things, which is great and all. But I miss those days of playing World of Warcraft and EverQuest for 36 hours straight. But what can you do? I'll see you in about 2 minutes. Catch you in a bit.
Janet! Dr. Scott! Janet! Ah! Rucker!
Welcome back, welcome back. We're off to go and see the Sylphs. If I can get down here. And now I actually have a mount. I have to keep on remembering that I've got one. Looks like I'm going to have to go through killing some of these guys. No, he didn't get me. That's good. Try across here then. I remember these guys now. They look like Lalafell. Like slots. Should I do a little dance? Oh, sorry. I've got my caps lock on, haven't I? That was probably meaningless, but I meant well. Walking one is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking one should go home or leave this one be. Yeah, so now I've got to do the dance. I've skipped a quest. Found it in Lodestone. I am Garshall Green's vendor. Oh, I know where my centre is. New Gridania. Oh, cool. Thanks a lot for that. Thanks a lot, Miko. I will definitely get that, because I could use that being an archer. And even with a thermitage, I might... I did a dance for you. I did a dance. Okay. Yeah, I got you a drink. Oh, sorry, I got you drugs, and I got you a letter. How about that? Is that good? Milkroot fills this one with great joy. They're like Yoda. This one gives thanks, many thanks, many thanks. Yeah, I've heard that. They said Black Mage is really fun to play at high levels, but the Thermite, I want something really. I don't know. I might actually go for a Gladiator or something, go tanky or something. But yeah, I like the Archer, but when I turned into a Bard, I kind of lost a bit of love for it. Right. Anyway, this walking one carries a message for Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking one should not worry. Hello there, we're envoys for Gridania. We're here to treat with your people. I come to pay our respects to the Elder and learn more from him of your Lord Ramor. Machinist is quite fun. It's ranged just like the Archer. I might give it a go. Is that the sorry, you have to excuse my ignorance. Is that the starting job, or is what job turns into the Machinist? Because I've got all the starting jobs, so I went around and getting them all. Who are these ones? These walking ones come from Gridania. Walking one became dancing one, brought Milkroot, but walking one tricks this one. One does not like tricks. Ooh. This one will speak no more. Elder one busy, walking one should go home. Go home, you say, but the sylphs of Little Solace always welcome Gridanian envoys with open wings. The letter coloured by Talath here is an oath of peace penned by the Elder Seedseer herself. Still, would you refuse us? You guys are too pushy. Back off. I had it under control. This one's reasons are no business of walking ones. Elder one has no words for Gridania. Walking ones waste everyone's time. Well, I never turned away at the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Talath's jig insufficiently jiggly? I'm as baffled as you, but something tells me recent events here have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem that we've no choice but to ask around to see how we might earn their trust. Fair play. Or what do I get? Weak paralysing potion. I'll go with a sleeping potion. Okay, let's speak to Yida, see what she has to say. Are you in the mood for dancing? You asking? That's right, dancing. You went through all that trouble to learn the Sylph's traditional greeting, but you've greeted hardly any of them. Why, if I was a Sylph, I'd be beside myself with delight to see an adventurer expressing interest in my culture. Me, of course I'd be happy to join. Ow, ow, there goes those bloody leg cramps of mine acting up again. The machinist unlocks Heberswall of... okay, cool. Any level 50 top of the water till the magic jog to unlock. Cool. I'll go with that then. I don't know whether am I a machinist? I'll have to find out. What class of jobs am I? Gladiator, marauder, pugilist. I'm not a machinist. Or yeah. Rogue, lancer, marauder, conjurer, archer, thaumaturge, and arcanist. So I've done all that. I've got a little, you know. I'll have to have a look into machinist when I get to level 50. That means I can continue as an archer. Okay. So I basically, if I unlock this one, if I dance for them, I can then ask them questions. I was like, okay, she does needlepoint. She does needlepoint. Let's go and speak to Amixia. Walking one would be friend to these ones. One is overjoyed, but this one keeps the ways of weaving a secret. Oh, you've got a weaver. They're heavily into their crafts, aren't they, these guys? If walking one learnt the secret, walking one could not weave in the same way. I hear you. Kind of like if I tried to bake lembas, I would make a complete arse of it and end up with hardtack. Oh, sorry, I've got to dance. I forgot to dance. My bad. Can I do the harvest dance? Would that have the same effect? Probably not. Our walking one is a friend to these ones. Friendly like gracious elder one of Forest City. Knows how to dance into these ones' hearts. Fair play. Mika says, I've not played Final Fantasy XIV in about 3 to 4 years. I'm now playing mainly EVE Online. It's the game you can play without paying. Yeah, I mean, I have played EVE Online, but when I say played, I did it for about 3 hours and thought this is way above my pay grade. But I know people who love it. If you like it, you really do like it. But I used to play, on the Commodore 64, I used to play Elite. And when Elite Dangerous came out, I got that, and that was really hard. I used to be so much better at space combat games, like TIE Fighter and X-Wing and Wing Commander 3. But yeah, it's not a bad game. I mean, I've renewed my subscription to this for a few months. I'll see how it goes. Obviously, money is very tight with everybody these days. I redid my Warcraft subscription last month, but I haven't continued with that. But yeah, but mainly for me, Lotra on a Tuesdays and then random game on a Fridays when I stream. But yeah, it's a shame everything is subscription, as we discussed earlier. It's a right pain in the backside. I'm doing my best, Papalimo. No, I'm not. But these guys are very different. Okay, so basically, yeah, they've got their fair share of troubles, and I'm going to have to go and help them. I get that bit. Do I have... Oh, I've got to go and speak to this person. The machine has some nice combos, devastating damage shots. Sounds like a good... I might have to do it when I get to 50th. But so I think it's going to take me a long time. Not so much to get to 50th, it's just that I want to start leveling other jobs as well and stuff like that. So it's something I never really did. When I logged back onto my old character, who was level 60 something, 62, something like that, anyway, was a bard. When I looked at what I'd done with them, I'd done no crafting whatsoever. I'd only learnt fishing. And I had only unlocked 2 other jobs. And I got to like level 5. So you could see I was playing with the mindset of a Warcraft player. It's just literally straight in, get it done. Praise be to the elementals. I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventure with a truly gentle heart. The sylphs of Little Solace are sorely in need of our aid. Pray hear me out. Of course I will. Like I had a choice. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants for amenities, not less stout set of defences. Consequently, beasts from malms around are free to wander and terrorise the hapless residents. The Zizgorlins and the Ghoulnats roam these parts, especially troublesome. Slaying each one of them should serve as a warning to the rest. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 brownie bushes as well. They play an important part in the Sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details. And what with such feral beasts prowling the forests, they are not easily come by. When you are done with those deeds, seek out Komuxio, who is slow to warm to outsiders, but with your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks on this. Okay, fair enough. So, you know, we have to do our little bit. We have to do our little bit to earn. And these things are like weird dinosaur birds. Oh, right, okay. I thought I needed more than one. I'm happy with just one, that's fine. Right, oh, there's brownie bushes. Let's get those brownie bushes. Someone on a flying ball. Oh, they're gathering. It is probably best to gather when you are flying, to be absolutely honest with you. Is it down here? Aha, brownie bush, yeah. No, I don't want to get twixt in your fate. Well, there we go. That was easy. Well, easy. It was quick. Hello, Kicksaws. I can only imagine you're probably 100th level in this game by now. But I just thought I'd come on for a very quick stream because I had a couple of hours. And just a little something to take the edge off my Final Fantasy, my Final Fantasy addiction. You got 2 level 50, working on the 3rd now. Wow, I can't even comprehend how much time and effort you must have put into this so far. There we go. There's your bushes. Dancing one kills bitey buzzy one. This one hates bitey buzzy one. Dancing one is kind, too kind. Many walking ones come to these one's abode, but few are friendly like dancing one. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust dancing one after all. Okay. This one asks Dancing One's forgiveness. These ones have many troubles since Walking Ones came to our abode. One must always be careful, always careful. But Dancing One is not like other Walking Ones. This one can trust Dancing One. This one would ask Dancing One for help. I was just going to give you a shout out, Kixels, I forgot. I do apologise. Where are my manners?
Good riddance, troll. Don't want to see your ugly mug ever again.
We did quite well.
There you go. Ah, Kixels. If anyone isn't aware, we've got some lovely streamers in popped into chat today. Kixels is a variety streamer and a fantastic, lovely lady, and amazing. She does Lotro, lots of other streams as well. So please give her some love. Just Raz, he's a great variety streamer as well. He's started to do a little bit more on YouTube now. So have a look for him, give him some love. And Kiefer J is a lovely guy. He doesn't stream as much as I would like, but he's a great guy. Please give them all some love. Small streamers stick together. Strange Still Walking Ones. Yes, one has seen. Oh, that will be the that will be the Empire, won't it? Still Walking Ones carry big boxes. Maybe Walking Ones hunt for shiny treasure. This one likes treasure. Okay. Okay, before I get too far away. I'm going to go up here and deal with this one. Am I going in the right direction? I don't know. I have no idea where I'm going. I just enjoy wandering around in the 12's wood. Hello. Shush shush, this one says. Still Walking Ones are scary, like touched ones. This one hates scary. And scary ones have scary friends. Okay, oh yeah, I remember that. I don't know what I remember. I know I've probably got a couple of dungeons to do around here in the future. Should I do a fight? Oh, I'm mounted, aren't I? Here. I'm not done with you yet, buddy. Sorry, Mr. Lima. go. That earned me a few serpent vouchers, so that'll be good. So I really do. I don't know what is it with this game. It's like just watched Moana 2, such a funny movie. It's like my missus likes all the Disney stuff. In actual fact, my lounge is now a PS5 Disney Dreamlight Valley kind of sanctuary now. Not that I've got anything against Disney Dreamlight Valley, but it's kind of. Yay! Right, let's go and investigate. I've got one more person to speak to about this suspicious and malevolent presence. Oh, there we go. He's in here. Oh, he's a wood whaler. I'm glad you enjoyed the movie, though. Did you go and see it at the cinema, or I don't know what's on at the cinema? I mean, last film I went to watch was How to Train Your Dragon live action with my little boy. We all went to see that. I must admit, going to the cinema these days, you have to take out a mortgage to... Oh, Disney Plus, other services. Yeah, other services are available. I'm waiting for the new NoFX documentary to drop. I don't know where it's going to drop, but I love me some NoFX. So it's good. It looks to be a fantastic documentary about the band's highs and very, very lows. But yeah, Moana. I have watched the first one on DVD with the little one when he was a little one. This one sees still walking ones come from Empire, carry boxes, go walking deep through trees, and this one. As this one thought, still walking ones are up to no good nasty things. Ooh. I'll see whether my little one wants to watch it. I think we do have Disney Plus still. Search for clues in the forest. Search for clues in the forest. Right, okay. Oh, right, okay, it's a tiny little patch there. I will see whether he fancies it. You're kind of forcing me to do my best movie on Disney Plus is Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. I've never heard of it. I do need to put these things on my list. But to be quite honest, I don't get much time to watch films. Any free time I spend it with you guys. Oh great, here we go. There's some Empire lunatics. Some of that, mate. Let's get all together in a nice little spot. Oh Jesus, will you stop it? I'm now clicking on random things and attacking them. I'm with you. I do like a documentary. It's the historian in me. I do love it. I do love a good documentary. I've got so much stuff on DVD as well. I do just tend to put it on in the background. It's a gamer movie, similar to, but not quite the same as Ready Player One. That was a good book. I haven't seen the film, but that was a good book. I did like that book. I did really enjoy. A friend of mine actually saw you. I played Dungeons and Dragons. I played Dungeons and Dragons for years. And my mate went. We were born like up in the '80s culture. So my mate was like, you've got to read this book. I'm like, Ready Player One. I was like, okay, and it was quite cool. A bit scary now. Maybe it should be moved to current affairs. Dancing one found paper inside a box. Miss a message for the Empire. This one can read Walking One symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks are inside box. This one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do steel ones... Well, oh dear. How do steel walking ones know where to find them? Is there sneaky one hiding behind this one's wings, snooping and selling secrets to steel walking ones? Ooh. I think you might be right. What do I get? Ether. That restores head points. Oh no, I need... Brotherly love. Helpful one arrives in good time. This one needs helpful one's help. One of these ones, named Klaxo, has ventured outside Little Solace alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful one must find Klaxo. Kixel says, I can't remember, do we have a bank system in Final Fantasy XIV? My bags are always full. I can't remember. All I did know is there was a YouTube short I saw the other day, which was basically somebody advising new players to sell everything that was under 1,000 gil because it isn't worth it. And my inner hoarder started saying, no, I can't sell it. I might need it. Klaxo struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Klaxo ends up in the belly of a beastly one. Right, guys, we are going to do this last MSQ, and then I am going to have to end the stream. I would love to spend more time with you today, but I will be back on tomorrow for Tolkien Tuesday and Lord of the Rings. And if I remember rightly, I've got to go and do a skirmish. Oh, there he is. That's not right. How else do you manage to level your profession if you didn't have the right start? I don't know, but that was his general advice, which was, don't worry about it. You know, you can always get more. I'm like, okay. I keep my glamours though. I keep my glamour prisms. What have I got on that? What have I got in here so far? Okay, is this an escort quest? No, it isn't an escort quest. Okay, let's have a look at my inventory. I've only got one tab. I mean, I've got a lot of these are like tokens for the gold saucer. I've got some bronze. I've got all this stuff is the stuff that I've been using to level up when I was doing a bit of botany and tailoring. And I've obviously unlocked glamours and dyeing. I've got a fair amount of those, but I'll keep all my I bought some green dyes. I've got to sell some stuff there though. But yeah, I'm trying to keep it down to a minimum. I'll just go around these guys if I can. I don't really want to fight anyone. I want to save all my hunting logs for another time. Hello. What, Klaxo refused to return to these ones and went deeper into the forest? But this one saw touched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful one must hurry and find Klaxo. Oh god, these guys are going to be the death of me. Oh, you really have gone into the deep of the forest. A bit too deep for my liking. I might have to... your plan is to level all professions to level 50. Then I can sell all the materials, and after that I think the foundation begins. A new section to start farming in. Obviously you're more versed in this than me, but I think I want to do it in chunks because I want to get 1 to 50, and then I might start leveling up another couple of characters, like not another, another couple of jobs, should I say? And I think that's fair. I mean, the crafting system in this gives me a bit of a headache. I get the general idea, and I hope it will get better with time. And they're working on botanist. Now that's fair. I mean, I think the highest I've got is, I think I'm level 15 botanist or something like that. But I decided to stop and just concentrate on the MS keys for a bit because I was lagging behind. I hadn't got a grand company. I hadn't unlocked anything. Hadn't even met the scions. So here we are. And I'm going to log off, and we're going to go and raid someone and give them some love. I love this little bit here. Just the idea of a hard day adventure and you just crawl onto bed and collapse. Oh dear me. Well, thank you very much for those of you who came and joined me for my completely impromptu planned, took 30 seconds to go, I think I'm going to stream. But thank you so very much. Everyone who popped in today, thank you for the advice, thank you for the follows, thank you for the chat, and thank you for the lurks. Absolutely cool. So who shall we go and raid? I'm going to raid Slack Jeff because I raided Goshel last time. So I think I've got to get a rota for people who are on that I've raided, and so I can keep it fair. But thank you all so very, very much for turning up today at very short notice, or if you just stumbled in off the street, even better. You're very, very welcome. So, oh no, not a problem at all. I only did a couple of hours, Kixels. This was completely impromptu. Tomorrow will be Tolkien Tuesdays, and I will be streaming from a little bit earlier, hopefully, tomorrow. Excuse me. A little bit earlier tomorrow, until about 1 o'clock or 1:30. So I'll catch you tomorrow, and we will see you soon. But we're going to go and road Slack Jeff, and we'll see you all shortly. So take care, and I'll see you all soon. Until then, look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and remember, you are very, very much appreciated. So I'll see you soon. Runaway cups in my bath. Runaway cups don't make me laugh.